Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, and welcome to some live gameplay. I know it's quite close to my last live gameplay video, but I'm honestly feeling a bit terrible today. So if I sound loopier than normal, it's the fact that I basically didn't sleep at all last night on the day I'm recording this. Not for any particularly awful reasons, just a couple of hours of trying to get to sleep and then being unable to because of having a sore back, and then just whiling away the rest of the night, waiting for painkillers to kick in and watching Star Trek and some silly films on Love Film. So, in the spirit of it's going to be derpy, I thought I would take my very newly minted SU-152 out for a spin. I bought this thing just last night. I've done a grand total of a dozen games so far, got my third class mastery. I think it's like 42% win rate, but it's only the first dozen games, so it doesn't really matter about win rate. And I've already had one or two pretty decently troll moments, one or two one-shots of same tier mediums, that sort of thing. I also penned the side of a Tiger 2 with an HE shell for a grand total of something like 930 damage, and that was pretty funny. So, as you can see, fairly stock, totally stock gun. I do have the engine and the radio from the heavy line. Tracks is going to be my next thing. I'm actually fairly close there. I could get it now with free XP, but it's actually not that difficult to grind the XP with this stock gun because it's very similar to the KV2 gun. It actually has better penetration stats on the KV2 gun, plus it gets heat shells, so that's a big difference. But already, even with my basically a stock crew, I'm already reloading faster than the KV2, so it's capable of a fairly decent rate of fire. So, yes. All that said, I really don't know what I'm doing with this thing yet. When to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. It certainly isn't a sniper with this gun. I've had a couple of matches where I've hit some very improbable long distance targets, but I've also missed an awful lot more than that. So it ain't no sniper, but it is still more effectively accurate than the KV2 with the almost the same gun-ish. So I'll be doing some hopefully replays of this at some point. I will unlock all the guns. I'll give all the guns a go, but I probably will be doing most of the grinding using the derp gun because it's just funny. So where are we? This is this map, the one with the trains, and I can't remember because I can't remember. And it's encounter mode, and I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm gonna go more towards the cab, I think. Normally I'd stick on the 7-8 line, but I'm not sure if I want to. Although, it might be a good idea to stay here and support. I have really no idea. It's mostly tank destroyers on this side, so I don't know, screw it, yeah, okay, we'll stay this side. We'll see if I can't do some damage. Land some hits. I have already learned so far the hard way, this thing doesn't have a particularly good view range, so one has to be somewhat cautious in that regard. And you'll notice the equipment I've got there, because the stock tracks don't give you that much leeway. It was enough for the engine and radio and 2 modules, so I went with the camo net and the... Oh, wow, that frame rate up. I actually hit the Jagdpanzer 4 there. It's kind of a pity I didn't one-shot him, that would have been funny. I had enough for 2 modules, so I went with these 2 rather than... I could have had repair kit instead of one of these, but nah, I decided to go this way. Uh-oh. He sees me. Pull in. Whoop. Question is, can I still see him? The dozen or so battles I've done have pretty much all been this morning. I've just been derping around in this thing because it's kind of an icon. Whoa, nice. But I've not won that many. I've not had much of an impact in the majority of them. Some of them I've done like 2k, 2.8k damage I think was the record, although that was on a loss. It's completely unpredictable, this gun, how much you're going to do, how much you're going to get away with. See if there's going to be anything coming down here. It does actually. I mean, it is more effectively accurate than the KV2 gun. It aims faster than the KV2 gun. It reloads faster than the KV2 gun. When I started off playing, I had a very nearly 20-second reload. Went down to 18.6 at this point. Just from those dozen battles, I've gotten enough XP. Even though the majority were losses. So it doesn't take a lot to buff this thing into a reasonably usable state. But like the KV2, I am finding early on that the rest of your team has to be good enough to give you space to... They have to basically let you stay alive long enough that you can actually do some damage. Because if you can't, then... Teehee. Uh-oh, that's KV1S. If you can't, then if you get stuck on your own, which I actually am kind of on my own right now, this is not such a good thing, it can go very badly for you because of that long reload time. This KV1S is not pushing though, even though I fired. Town is looking weird. I don't know what town's looking like. I really don't want to take a hit, especially from this guy, because KV1S, that could be nasty. Which is ironic, because I am packing my own quite nasty gun. Can I get sneaky shot in? Is this guy actually AFK? Wow. We'll soon find out. I think he might be. Well, town looks like... Look, they're all separated. Yeah, they've lost town. We've lost this, basically. But, let's see if I can get some hilarious damage. You see, I've actually got more HE shells than... with 135 pen, average pen, the AP on this is not totally useless. In fact, I could be shooting AP at the side of this guy right now. Is this ARL looking to flank me? Not sure. Maybe I should look to flank him. Yeah, I don't know where he's going exactly. There's still a Jagdpanzer 4 around there somewhere. In theory, I could take the... Oh, there's a Hellcat. I'll take them all on! 1111! Exclamation mark 11. Eleventy-one. Yeah, oh well. Free damage. I'm just gonna trundle this way. No point trying to take 3 of them on at once. If I come down this way and like come out behind maybe the flat panzer. Mind you, the flat panzer can see me coming way before I see him coming. We might actually win this. They didn't all get just nuked in town, which is, you know, nice. Hellcat might be a problem unless I just, you know, one-shot him, which I have done a couple times already this morning. I think 2 or 3 times I've just one-shotted Hellcats, and that is kind of funny. This thing noms Hellcats. Well, ELC might be more of a problem if anything else. Turning. The extra 3 degrees a second on the top tracks, I think, are going to be quite necessary. Let's see if I can't. Is he still there? Oh, the camo scope, but it's not that good. Oh, ELC, where are you? I have a present for you. Oh, Panzer Souffle. Yeah, you weren't going to dodge that, were you? It wasn't the Panzer 4, it was the Panzer Souffle. But anyway. Oh, yeah. My HE shells love them some Panzer Souffle. Right. I'm just going to go up here then. The ARL is probably some... Whoa! No, he isn't. There he is. I have a present for you, little ARL. Well, another present. You know, I've already given him 7 presents? Several presents already. Oh. Derp. Pew. There we go. Just the ELC left now. No, that's a fairly respectable amount of damage. It's alright. This gun is capable of so much more. And I've been actually relatively lucky with the tiers. It's mostly been top tier, tier A. I think I had one game where I was bottom tier, and that was one of the ones where I did over 2k damage. It was a loss, unfortunately. Is it fun playing the 0 skill tank? I wouldn't say 0 skill tank, mate. Although it does, 152mm HE shells do negate the need for aiming a lot of time. A lot of the time. Well, you still need to aim for the AP shells, but this thing ain't no sniper. HE is more reliable, especially at long distance. But Yeah, it's not like I've got exactly a choice of guns right now. It's not like I can decide I'm going to use a different gun because I don't have any other guns right now. Anyway, I think that ELC might get away with it. It's probably going to be, yeah, well, it's going to be quicker to cap than hunt this guy down. Unless he's hiding up in this corner, who knows? If he is, I'm sure he can run away, unless I get just like a lucky one shot. I actually would prefer them to cap at this point, because I'd like to get on and do another battle in this thing. Ah, wow, he's all the way over there. Okay. This thing definitely needs clutch braking as a crew skill. I've actually, you probably noticed, I actually do have the SU-100 still in the garage. My intention is to elite the SU-100 and plonk the crew from that into the SU-100M, or whatever the hell it's called. The Tier 7, the other Tier 7 tank destroyer. The other Tier 7 regular tank destroyer, because of course there's also the 122-44. But, oh, it's coming this way. I might get to derp someone after all. I've got to be very sure though. Because if I miss the shell, he could just go trollolololololololololol. Yeah, my intent is to put the crew in that thing and, hello ELC! Goodbye ELC. That 18 damage. My intent is to go up that line as well, and I don't particularly massively like playing tank destroyers, but the fact is they're two rather different. First class even. Okay, sniper medal. GG. I just want to have a look, see what they're both like, get some flavour of the 19 damage pro. Yeah, just see if I can get a handle of it, basically. Because if you see there at the moment, where are we? SU-100M1, that's the one I meant. So I've unlocked that thing first, because this is... I have more interest in this line than I do this line, but this is one of the lesser seen tank lines in the game. You know, you don't see people in these tanks that often. The Object 263 in particular looks interesting. So yeah, that's going to be that's not going to be a priority grind. I'm just going to kind of slowly meander my way up that path. So let's go for another one, and then I'll probably knock this video on the head. I think 2 derp games is enough in this thing. Oh, okay, this is actually a bottom tier match. Serene Coast. And we have a Casno platoon, interesting. Hopefully they're okay, although they are tier 7s like me. You could actually potentially get a really high score in this thing, just if you were in a bottom tier, where there was lots of tier 9s, and you just got the opportunity to put lots of HE shells into somebody, or into various people, then that could work out really nicely XP wise. I still don't know if I've got the mix of shells right, but it seemed double the amount of AP. AP is fine if you're top tier, although hitting armor that you can pen is, I think, clearly going to be tricky. But the HE is just like, it doesn't care. HE doesn't care, it's no respecter of persons. No one's going the other way at all, like literally no one. Okay, well, we had one fairly reasonable win. I actually thought that was going to be a loss, the last one, but the guys in town pulled it back somehow. And were able to prevent it from being a complete cluster, was name. Oh, Type 64. If he comes up this way, I can go kabloom in the face. Although he might not live that long. Let's take the back road. This is one of the things I don't like playing about TDs especially, because normally I'd be like heading over that side of the map and duking it out. But actually, well, this is more that I've been kind of forced to go this way, because somebody at least needs to defend. Because if if their ELC pops round here, for instance, and goes and nails our artillery, that would be completely dumb. But this is one of those maps where if you can hold them back long enough, this might be ouchy for me, but as long as the other side pushes through sufficiently, that side of the map is more important than this side of the map, certainly. Right, I don't know why I'm getting frame rate derps, but it is kind of appropriate given the tank I'm in. I don't know actually. It's not too bad if you get on a slope. The speed of this thing is not too bad, but the stock tracks make it kind of sluggish. Having said that, the other tier 7 tank destroyer that I bought recently was the T25/2, and that thing in its stock state is way more sluggish than this thing. It's properly slow. And with a stock turret, it basically looks like a Hellcat in a fat suit. It's not bad though. I mean, it's got the Hellcat gun, but it's such a different beast to this thing. It's like chalk and cheese. You really can't compare them, especially not when using this Doom cannon. So let's. I probably shouldn't be going so far forward, but what the hey. They're winning the other side comfortably. On the other hand, it is entirely possible for, you know, it's 4-1 now, but one of the matches I had before on Durfenberg, one of the losses, was actually a game where we were winning by we had about 3 tanks ahead of them. It was in counter mode, so it was like, get the cap in the middle, and oh, Panther 2, don't move, don't move, don't move. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that penned as well, 519. It was the case that we somehow managed to lose, and I still don't know how they actually managed that in that particular match, but yeah, there we go. So much like the KV2, this thing just it feasts on the tears of especially medium enemies. Right, I don't know the terrain well enough. Let's see. Oh, I can just about see where he is. So if he comes out to the left, about there maybe. Well, I'm aimed a bit low, but it's hard to gauge this. 122.44 over there actually. I wonder if I could put a shot in that guy. Although he's way more, way more mobile than this thing. So it's, if you get spotted, then yeah. In another early match today, I one-shotted an E25 in like the first minute and a half of battle, and he was just like, dude, WTF? What just happened? Yeah, 152mm derp shell to the face will do that. This KV-1S is being unusually bold. I do not want to get spotted though. I mean, I really don't. Oh, any shots on the Conqueror? No. What's that 112 doing? Oh well. Interesting. I'm very conscious of the fact there's 2 tank destroyers over there. We are winning this, and I fight, you know, 1 shot, 1 kill, so that's a good accuracy rate so far, I suppose. I could help these guys, but if I get nailed in the side by the Panzer Soufflé and the 122.44, I don't exactly have that many hit points to play with, so I have to be cautious. And the gun depression, you know, it's not what you see there. It's gun depression. What gun depression? But yeah, we'll give it a go. If he comes forward a bit, uh-oh, 122.44. Actually, I don't know if that Panzer Soufflé can see me. 122.44 is going for the flank. They almost certainly know that I'm here. So, well, this could be interesting. Right. I really need someone to shoot this guy. Maybe. Wow, that was a really lucky bounce. Was that gun mantlet yet? Someone shoot the... No, okay, no one did. Oh, there we go. The waffle tractor did. Right, we're down to the last 2 now. This team was... the enemy team got rolled fairly easily there. That was... yeah, that's the first really troll bounce I've had on the gun mantlet, but that guy was really forced to rush his shot there, so I think on the whole, I mean, pretty much everything else has penned, but on the whole, if you get lucky, I guess stuff will sometimes bounce on that gun mantlet. So there was the Panzer Soufflé, and there is the Panzer Soufflé. God, that is such an improbable shot. Ah, no, he's pulled back. No. Oh well, right, no last damage. I've done barely anything in this one. 933, although side of the Panther 2, boom, that was kind of funny. So there you go. SU-152. I'm going to be getting all of the Reaper ribbons in this thing. It's kind of derpy. It's pretty much what I thought it was going to be. It's oh, the damage spread. That was pretty even on that team. It's going to be fun potentially, but I'm not planning on keeping it. I'm not especially planning on keeping the ISU either. I'm just going to work my way up the line to the 268, and then maybe I'll rebuy the ones I found fun later on. But tank destroyers, as I've said many times, they're not my oeuvre, they're not my thing especially. But I am curious enough about the different aspects of the game, and a bit of variety is nice. So I could just play heavy tanks all the time, but that would be a little bit boring, even though there is actually quite a lot of variety just in the heavy tanks themselves. So, if you enjoyed this bit of derp gameplay and my surprisingly underpy commentary, although I'm sure Caption Guy will have found something, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment below, you can check out my Facebook page, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.